Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a fun reading today. And so yes, this is going to be a generalized reading for anybody that happens to resonate with the messages, but it can also act as an interactive reading for you, making it more personalized on your end. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working with both of my decks here today, the Twin Flame Oracle and the Twin Flame Journey Tarot, both available in my Etsy shop. But if you guys are international, you'll have to email me for a special link. But what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle up these cards right here just to get some subjects. So I'm going to do that on my end. If you guys have a tarot deck, if it's my Twin Flame Journey Tarot, even better. If it's not, that's okay. It can be any tarot deck. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to actually just show you guys real quick because it's easier to just show you. So let's just say we're going to go with this card first, okay? So I draw this Divine Timing. In what I've done with my particular deck is every single card in there has a counterpart to the tarot that I've already pre-selected. So Divine Timing to me is the Wheel of Fortune's card. That's the Wheel of Fortune for me. Now, it might be something different on your end. You can get creative. It can be any kind of a card. But it's important for you, before you shuffle your cards, to figure out what that card is. So I've already figured out what I want to do. So I'm going to shuffle this deck right here, and I'm going to show you how to get the messages for Divine Timing. So you ask Spirit to give you the messages that you need to know surrounding Divine Timing. Now, whatever I pull through, you guys can add that to what you get on your end, or you can disregard my message altogether and just use your own. Now, the thing is, I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask questions of what certain things mean. This video isn't meant for me to, go into the comments and kind of tell everybody what their cards means. This is an exercise for you guys to be able to trust your own intuition, look at the images, the words. You don't even really need to know tarot that much, so you can use a deck that has a lot of images and just use it intuitively. So it's completely up to you, but you guys are certainly more than welcome to put down your comments below and have other people interact and maybe just kind of give you some advice if you're looking for that. So anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to turn your deck over like this in your hand, okay? And you're going to look for the Wheel of Fortune card. So let's go ahead and do just that. Wheel of Fortune card. I already know that it's a turquoise card because this is my deck. I know it very well. So I'm just going to look for that card real quick. There we go. So you're going to take the card that is in front of the Wheel of Fortune and the card after, okay? So this is what we have. So that's a special message, right? Now, some of these cards I do have, there's a few cards I think that I use for the Hanged Man. So if that's the case, I would put the Hanged Man back in the deck if I needed it for whatever reason, okay? So I'm just going to set this to the side. So when it comes to Divine Timing, everybody's favorite, right? When it comes to Divine Timing, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So of course we want to take a look at the Wheel of Fortune, and we want to look at the card. It says Destined Opportunities. It's also the number 10. Now 10 means that we're at the end of a cycle, right? And then now we have Destined Opportunities. So there's something about destiny here as well. The clock is at 11. That might mean something specific, you guys. 10, 11. Some of you like a portal type 11, 11 energy. If you guys are seeing it, if you guys are seeing a lot of numbers, that could be significant to you guys. Okay. Now we also have the 10 of Swords. So it's interesting that we have 10, 10. That is also a significant meaning as well for some of you out there watching the video. Painful endings. So something has been very painful. A cycle has been very painful, and it could be connected to a divine masculine. If you're on the twin flame journey, or you're dealing with the masculine energy, or perhaps this is your own energy, you are closing out some major chapter that's been very painful, okay? Either connected to this person. I'm also getting, though, that there's some sort of an opportunity, perhaps, since things now are over in this cycle, for things to come around again. The wheel is going to turn in this connection again, perhaps. So do you see how amazing that is? How you can just get a quick message and just basically put it together and make it your own. So that was just an example, you guys. So let's go ahead and just put these aside. Actually, no, we're going to put them back in the deck, because if in case it wants to come out again with a different message, we'll allow it. Okay, so what you guys can do is just get your tarot decks ready if you want, and just, watch along or just enjoy the reading. So let's get started. I'm going to shuffle this deck here real quick. And the usual, take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. I don't have my lovely setup here today with the backdrop because Peaches wanted to sleep on the table. You guys can see him right here. A lot of people were like, where's the cats? Well, he is gracing us with his energy, just not his actual, face. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put this card deck down real quick. And we're just going to ask Spirit to give us some topics. So let's see what we need to know first. What's the first thing that Spirit wants to bring forth to us? We have family. Now, I've already pre-selected in my mind certain cards that go with family. I have 2 of them, so I'm only going to list them for you guys to give you some ideas, but literally, you can pick any card you want to represent family. It could be special to you. Remember, this is to make your own experience and your own reading very unique and personalized for you. So family, to me, I have 2 cards in mind. Hierophant, which is a card of commitment and family and traditions, and 10 of Pentacles. That's it for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with 10 of Pentacles for this one, okay? So let's shuffle this bad boy, 10 of Pentacles. Let's see what our message is in regards to family, okay? Interesting way the 10 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, but that doesn't matter because we are looking for the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles energy. So this is a little time consuming, but I'm telling you, it's just so much fun because it's just very personalized for you, your energy touching the deck, instead of just watching someone else do it on camera. There it is, 10 of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Swords and the 3 of Wands hugging that card. So the Knight of Swords can be Gemini specific. It can be, or it can be any kind of an air sign. But what we have is we have the 3 of Wands, which is a card of waiting results, like awaiting results. We're waiting for something. Maybe perhaps we are waiting on someone to make a decision when it comes to family. Maybe because the 10 of Pentacles, remember, it's family and commitment. Maybe somebody is in a family and commitment style situation and we are waiting for them perhaps to leave a partner, perhaps to wrap things up with their family situation. Maybe some people are tending to, sick parents, things like that. And so we're waiting for them to basically wrap something up so they can, come back and share a life with us. That could be it for some of you. It could be that this is your own energy. It doesn't even have to be about anybody else. There's some sort of action that you need to take. And there's something kind of hanging in the balance, kind of like we're waiting for something to come. We're waiting for something to come back or to pay off. We're waiting on something. And we might feel like we can't really take any action until whatever this is wraps up. So we might just be waiting for perhaps on something. And it's just saying that something is just, we need to take action. It's like, we can't be in that energy for some of you. We can't just wait around for someone else to bring us our happiness. Some of us need to start making decisions for, our own lives and our own happiness. We can't really put that on someone else. That could be the message, or it could be that it is time for you to start taking action to get the things that you want. Some of you might be single. You might be looking for a partner to have children with and a family with, and it's time for you to start taking action towards that situation. Whether that means you put yourself out there, on dating apps, you get a new haircut, you get a new wardrobe, you start going back to the gym, whatever it's going to do to make you feel good about yourself, to kind of get you in that energy, that vibration of partnership. Whatever that means, Spirit's saying we can't just sit around waiting for Prince Charming, okay? Or it doesn't have to be a prince, but we can't sit around and wait for something. We've got to somehow take some sort of action, okay? And if some of you are comfortable waiting on somebody to wrap things up, and then that just is confirming that you're wrapping things up, pretty much. And I've got cats now that I want to run around everywhere. They almost stopped the video. Ooh, I hate it when they do that. Okay. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and get another message here. So that's how it works, okay? So hopefully you guys got something interesting. Maybe you got something different on your end. Maybe you're adding to it with the cards that you got to add to the story. That'd be cool too. What else do we need to know? Admired. Okay, so when I see this card, this is somebody who is glowing. This is somebody that people want to be like. This is somebody who is attractive, magnetic. Queen of Wands. That's what Queen of Wands is to me. So let's go ahead and shuffle this up again and look for the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. She's made of flames in this deck, so let's go ahead and find her real quick. Queen of Wands. Here we go. Ooh, hey. So, she's being admired in a community. Look at that, 3 of Cups. Admired in the community, perhaps celebrated for her achievements and her success. Doesn't have to be a her, though. It could be a he, too. And the Queen of Wands is Aries specific. just to let you guys know. And we have the Six of Wands, victory and success. I mean, this is a very, very positive combination. It is. This is all positive, all high vibrational energy. This is about somebody who is really doing well, somebody who's being celebrated, admired by others, admired by their peers, respected in their community. This could also mean that you are attracting admirers at this time. Your vibration is high. You've been working on yourself, and it's like things are about ready to start paying off for you, or they already are. Like, you're in that vibration when I'm seeing admired here. So that's a really beautiful message, you guys. You're able to, with this newfound energy, confidence and magnetic energy. When we're confident, we draw things to us. We draw positive energy towards us. We draw the like-minded individuals to us, that Three of Cups. So Three of Cups to me is usually our, other people in our environment, social gatherings, so I feel like this is definitely a time where you're shining, or a time where, you have the opportunity to shine. So it's saying go for it. You will be victorious. You are being recognized, or will be recognized and admired for whatever talent you have or whatever you want to do. So if some of you are kind of holding yourself back, don't hold yourself back anymore. Put yourself out there. You're golden. That's what we got from Spirit. Love it. So it could go with this deck too, or these cards too, which just means we can't sit around waiting for something. We got to go out and we got to live our lives. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get our next message. We have surrender. So, of course, when I see this card, surrender, this is showing me the death card. We got to let go of something. Something maybe is over, something is dying. We've got to let it go. We can't remain in stagnant energy anymore. So let's go ahead and shuffle here and find the death card. Here we go. The death, and we also have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so of course death can represent the Scorpio's energy here, but this right here is like a stalemate and indecision, Two of Swords. Somebody doesn't want to let go. Somebody would rather just kind of stay stuck than let go. But we have the keyword transition. We need to transition this energy, and we need to start focusing on things that are concrete in reality. That's really how I'm seeing this. So some of us might be really focused on, just kind of like fantasy and what if and dreamy energy, which that's not a bad thing if you're trying to create something. But if you are wanting to bring forth something into reality, yet it's just kind of like not coming, and you've been spending years and years on it, but you're not seeing any kind of evidence of it, producing anything, or it's just not coming together, we need to tweak the energy, or maybe perhaps change things up, or even maybe let it go and come up with a new plan, just a new plan of action. So we need to put pen to paper and basically start figuring out what we're going to do. The Page of Pentacles is somebody who has solid ideas. It's very much earth-based energy. It's very practical energy. It's not like emotional or dreamy energy. I'm so sorry, you guys. See, like now my cats are just kind of fighting now. This is what happens when they're here. So we got to let something go, though. We can't stay stuck. We've got to figure it out. We've got to take more of a practical approach here and surrender. Surrender our stuckness. Surrender our confusion. Surrender our need to hold on to something just because, and get our kind of heads back into reality, or maybe work, or maybe focused on things that we can build, not things that we can't really control anymore. That's the message. Wow. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get another topic. We have guide. So when I see this card here, I can sometimes go with either the Hermit or the High Priestess, but I am going to go with the Hermit on this one, just because the Hermit usually is holding a lantern. So that's what I'm going to go with, okay? So what's the guidance card here? What is the energies here? Let's go ahead and see what the Hermit entails. It's a very snowy looking card, so that should be easy to find. Hermit, of course, represents the sign of Virgo. We have the Queen of Cups, and we also have the the Queen of Cups and the Five of Wands. Queen of Cups is Cancer specific, so we have some water and earth energy here, but we have the Five of Wands. There's conflict and competition, so it could be that there's a conflict that we're having right now when it comes to something that we really desire. Our intuition can be our guide, of course. Our sensitivity, our feelings can be our guide, right? but the soul searching energy here. It might be that something requires a little bit more time. We need to take some more time to go within, or perhaps we need to allow somebody else to thaw. Maybe we're in the Queen of Cups energy and we're feeling really, really just open, wide open and ready, vulnerable, naked. Look at the woman. She's naked here. She's ready. And maybe that somebody is not quite ready. So there's a struggle here, a conflict, a competition, two opposing energies, not really on the same page. So the guidance, I feel, is Spirit saying we've got to just kind of go allow someone to soul search, or we need to continue to kind of go within and do some soul searching ourselves. You know, this is definitely a card of going within and not really taking a lot of action. So that's what the guidance, I feel, is if you're fighting with somebody or something seems very, just full of conflict and it just doesn't seem to be going anywhere at this point. Rather than trying to continue to clash or deal with drama, it is about pulling out and just kind of going solo for a while. Taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, giving yourself a hug, loving yourself, and allowing someone else to do the same. Because fighting is not the answer, or just trying to stay in a dramatic situation that's not going anywhere isn't the answer. So self-care is very much needed at this point for maybe you or another person or both of you. That's the energy we're getting here. All right, you guys, let's continue. Devotion. So to me, I see this as the Hierophant's energy. The reason why is because that's about our faith. It's things that we're devoted to. We're devoted to our traditions, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Hierophant's energy for this. You should see the kitten right now. She's so cute just laying here. I'm going to just point the camera up a little bit so you guys can see her. Look at her. She's just laying there. She's so cute. Sorry. Okay. All right, Hierophant. There it is. Okay, so we have the High Priestess, and we also have the Ace of Pentacles. High Priestess is ruled by the Moon, which can be Cancer energy or Pisces. We also have the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. So that could be significant for some of you. But this is about being devoted to our intuition, devoted to what we already know. Sometimes the thing is, what we believe, and it's our own belief systems. That's what matters the most. It's what we believe. We don't have to believe what other people believe. We don't have to even share what we're thinking or feeling whatsoever. So this is actually a card of withdrawal, pulling away, not really revealing too much of what you're really devoted to. Some people might crap all over it. So some of us might just have a certain way of thinking, and if we share that with other people, they might think that you're nuts or crazy. And so it's kind of like keeping things to yourself might be a better idea. That's what I'm seeing here. And then we also have the Ace of Pentacles, which is, of course, the beginning of something, and wise investment. So this is an energy here where it's kind of like the stuff that we saw earlier, where are we in the clouds on something, or are we based in reality? Even if there seems to be something that's kind of dreamy, seems to be kind of unrealistic at this point, what I'm getting here is like our devotion is definitely tied to it, but this is something where maybe it is withdrawn at this time, or maybe it's just not the right time, okay? And then we have this wise investment. It might be better to, again, put our energy towards things that things that we can control. We can't control other people. We can't control what other people are going to do. So if some of you guys are trying to make something happen with someone specific, yet they're not ready. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I kind of already saw this message in the cards already. So it could all be coming together. But this is an energy that's saying that we need to make sure that this is something that we still, like a plant that we still want to tend to, like a garden that we still want to tend to and water. Is it worth it? Maybe it is for some of you. And so this is just a confirmation of, damn, this is a wise investment. This is a spiritual connection. This is a connection that goes deep. You know it deep down to your core. No one has to even know about it. You don't even need to talk to anybody about it. You don't need even a confirmation. You just know it. You feel it with every fiber of your being. You know it's a wise investment. Others of you, you might just kind of feel like you're losing out in reality and feeling like, you know what, maybe it's time for me to put myself out there in reality and start living in the material world rather than kind of a dream realm. So It just depends. I hear a lot of different stories, so I feel like it could go either way. But whatever we're devoted to, we don't necessarily have to share it with everybody. And that's what I feel like the main message is. Sometimes we can just keep things to ourselves until we see perhaps maybe evidence of it coming to fruition. This is about ideas and dreams. Sometimes it's not always a good idea to share concepts or dreams with people. Sometimes people want to shit all over them. And so that will deter you from thinking that it's a good idea, and you might not go with it. There's all kinds of energies that are always around to take us down. So maybe sometimes it's best just to keep something to yourself. That's the advisement that Spirit's giving you. Stay hidden with what you know, and maybe take action, on the side, or take action and not really tell anybody, or just kind of do your own thing and just don't really share too much of it with people. I hope that makes sense for someone out there, because that seems to be the message. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get some more. We have Dark Night of the Soul. So when I see Dark Night of the Soul, to me, this is like the 9 of Swords energy. It can be the moon and it can be the devil, but I have other cards that I have chosen for the devil's energy. So I chose a Dark Night of the Soul, which is 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords means we're up at night having freaking nightmares, okay? Because we're haunted by our own actions. We're haunted by crap that's just going around over and over in our brains. So that's why I chose 9 of Swords for this. Okay, the Queen of Swords wanted to pop out for whatever reason. The Queen of Swords is an energy of Libra. It could be about a Libra. Could be about your own thoughts, being a Queen of Swords, being pissed about something perhaps. But let's take a look. We are looking for the 9 of Swords, which is a very dark card in this deck. There it is, 9 of Swords. Oh, I almost forgot. Here we go. Interesting. Okay. Well, you know what? I don't think that was an accident. I really don't. I don't think it was an accident at all. You guys saw how the Queen of Swords wanted to pop up, right? That's counterpart to the King of Swords. So we got 2 people. I feel like 2 people right now might be mirroring each other when it comes to their thoughts. They might be both in hardened energy. They might both be on the defense. Okay? They might both be up in their headspace, up at night, haunted perhaps by something. And looks to me like it might be a spiritually based connection, because we have the star, which is universally aligned divine connections, wish fulfillment. I'm also getting that it might be that there's 2 people that are stars, meaning that they are known for something specific. They have some sort of fame or fortune going for themselves. And so that just is interesting information there. But Dark Night of the Soul, it's like we're sabotaging our own selves with the nightmares and the thoughts and things that we're telling us about each other. It's almost like I have 2 people that are assuming the worst about each other. They're literally thinking the worst. And they're so busy being on the defense that neither one of them are able to align at this time. This can also indicate Aquarius, and this King of Swords is an Aquarius. So it's double Aquarian energy here for some of you. But I also have Libra too, so a lot of air here. But I'm just getting air as in mental energy. A lot of mental energy between a feminine and a masculine person. And you could be divine counterparts, twin flame, soulmate, however you want to resonate with that. But the universe is trying to align the 2 of you. But right now, it's like you guys are both sabotaging this connection. You guys are both sabotaging it, and it's self-sabotage. It's not one person doing it over the other. It's both of you, and that's why the Queen of Swords was trying to make an appearance, because she's matching up the energy of that King of Swords. Damn. Wow. So, Dark Night of the Soul going on for some of you, maybe. All right, let's get another message. We have Patience. So whenever I see Patience here, I think of the 7 of Pentacles. I think of the Temperance's energy. But yeah, I'm going to go for 7 of Pentacles on this one. 7 of Pentacles. There it is, 7 of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius specific, and the 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. So the Knight of Wands is the absolute opposite of Patience. The Knight of Wands doesn't wait for shit. The Knight of Wands does whatever he wants to do, and he doesn't wait. He lives by his passions. And I'm saying he, just that's how I'm using this. But yeah, this particular Knight just goes after what they want. They're not waiting for anybody. They they are being led by their passions, by their not feelings, by their passions, by their fire, even by their anger sometimes. So this is definitely a total opposite energy. So whatever it is that we desire or want, especially if you're a Sagittarius or you're wanting a Sagittarius, this is a special message for you, but it can be for anybody. It's better to take some time and reevaluate rather than charging forward, because it's a work in progress. It could also be that this is premature, as in you want a commitment. Sometimes the Knight of Wands doesn't want a commitment. So this is a work in progress. This is going to take some time. It's going to take some time for somebody to mature or get something out of their system. Somebody might not have gotten it all out of their system yet, and so you don't want to jump the gun and try to move forward with whatever this is. This is also an indication for some of you, if this has nothing to do with someone else, that you need to live a little. You need to go out and have passionate adventures rather than, maybe like rather than going back to school, or rather than, working so hard right now. Maybe it's a time to play. Maybe it's time to give yourself a frickin' break after working so hard. Maybe you want to take a sabbatical, something like that. So that could be another message as well. All right, let's get another message. The answer is no. Whew. Okay, so when I get the answer is yes, I think of the sun's energy. When I see the answer is no, I'm going with the Ten of Swords on this one. The Ten of Swords is, it's done, it's over, it's dead. That's as dead as it can get. I mean, death is death, but I chose Ten of Swords for this one. Ten of Swords. What is the answer no to? There it is. Woohoo. Okay. So the answer is no. Could be when it comes to a Pisces or you. Something is still locked. Somebody has still not seen a new perspective or has had their full awakening yet. They're still going through trials and tribulations. Nine of Wands. They still have their defenses up. They still might try to fight you every step of the way. So again, this is about giving someone that time and that space that they need in order to grow, because something right now is just dead and it needs to stay down for a little bit of time. People are still needing to learn, but I see the 9 and the 10 as we're getting there. It is something that's going to be cycling through at some point, but it is going to take some time for people to see things from a new perspective. So it's like a heart with a key. At some point, this heart will be unlocked, but people have to go through certain lessons and certain trials and tribulations before they can figure things out. So it might be that right now is not the right time. If you're a Pisces or you're dealing with the Pisces, Neptune energy is what rules the Hanged Man, which means that there's just too many dreamy fantasy, just kind of like unfounded energy. It's still not quite developed just yet. So it's better to leave things in the past for now and let people grow, or learn what you can from a painful situation, and wait till you see things from a new perspective before you go off and try to either speak to somebody or reconcile, or just try to move on at this point. Maybe some of us just need a little bit of a break, time out. So that does not mean forever. It just means people need time. All right, so let's get another one. We have Solitude. Whenever I see this card, I think of the Hermit. The Hermit is very solitude-ish, and it's already a card. No, you know what? I'm not going to use the Hermit for this one. I'm also feeling Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is somebody who's independent, alone, but they choose to be alone. They're happy to be alone. I see this woman on this card. She looks pretty fine to me. She doesn't look like she's miserable and alone. She's just choosing to be by herself, doing her own thing, working on her. So let's do the Nine of Pentacles for this one, as in the number 9. Nine of Pentacles. Sometimes when you say the Nine of Pentacles on YouTube, you hear Knight of Pentacles. Wow. Look at this, you guys. So the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Six of Cups, and we also have the Temperance card. Wow. This is Sagittarius energy. Okay. And then we have the Six of Cups, which is memories and reunion. So I feel like after a period of solitude, after people being alone, I feel like two people are alone, because whenever I see a Temperance energy, I see two cups. Not in this card, but in traditional tarot. It's an angel holding two cups, tempering the energy back and forth until these energies are ready to reconcile. And now we have reunion, reconciliation, Six of Cups. So I feel like there's a period of time where two people have been alone, but they've been working on themselves to restore this connection. This connection is a soul connection. It's a deep bond. So it pulls them both back together because they haven't forgotten about one another. They've just been doing their own thing for a while because maybe they've needed to heal and grow. But something is being restored currently for a reunion later on. But the soul connection and the memories remain, even though people are just kind of doing their own thing right now. So that's a beautiful message. So, you know, sometimes that steady energy wins the race. Sometimes it's not all about instant gratification. We have mask, okay? So we're hiding from something. We're putting a mask on in order to defend ourselves. I'm going with the 7 of Wands for this one. 7 of Wands to me is we have our defenses up. So is the 9 of Wands, but I'm feeling 7 of Wands for this. 7 of Wands. What's the message? Oh, here it is. 7 of Wands. Oh, look at this. We have a Pisces specific coming through. So the Knight of Cups is Pisces specific. It could be any water sign though. 7 of Wands and 5 of Cups. So this is the deal. Somebody's masking pain. We have a romantic gesture, like somebody feels something in their heart space, but they're using this mask in order to cover it. They would rather be in 7 of Wands energy, which is a defense mechanism. They have to be strong. They have to put this mask on. They can't show that they are wounded. It might even be that some of them could have hurt you in the past if you're watching this video, or maybe you hurt them, but you're trying to be like this big tough bear with this hard exterior, even though you're really hurting deep down inside. So I just feel like people are masking their pain, or they're trying to mask how hurt they really are, and they're not able to come forward, but they want to, but they feel like they can't at this time. There's too much pain. There's too much old wounds. They're focused on all the negatives rather than what is still remaining. And as we know with the 5 of Cups, you've got 3 cups that have fallen over, but 2 cups still remain. So there's still love here is what I'm seeing here. 2 people still care about one another, or someone still cares, but the other person might be having their defenses up, and it's showing the other person like, oh my God, they don't care about me anymore. They must not love me anymore. They must have never cared. And it makes it really difficult to handle that. So a lot of people just kind of go the other way and just say, well, you know, I guess that person never cared, and they just go on with their life. So, and it doesn't mean that we need to hold on to people that are doing this, but there might just be that you guys need to know that somebody's just playing this role. This is just a mask. It's just a defense mechanism. It's not actually the case. It's not actually real. They actually do still have affection and feeling for you, and they're like sensitive, but they know that they either hurt you too much or they're too wounded to be able to come forward at this time. So this is what you're seeing, this hard exterior. Or maybe that's you. You're doing that. Interesting. All right. We have big dreams. Wow, big dreams. So to me, that's the 7 of Cup energy. A lot of dreams and a lot of different cups. There's castles in the sky. Whatever that is. Let's go ahead and get the message. 7 of Cups, and it's there immediately. Okay. We have the Strengths energy, which is Leo's energy. We also have 3 of Swords, which is heartache and sadness. You know, we've had a lot of sadness and heartbreak come up in this reading. I think we had the 10 of Swords come through. That's very painful. I brought through the Death card. Maybe I brought through the 10 of Swords, yeah. But regardless, you know, we've got a lot of dark night of the soul. We've got dark energy here, sadness, pain. 5 of Cups, we just saw it. Now we see the 3 of Swords. So big dreams. I feel like there was a lot of potential in a situation, okay? But it could just be that it was just it was not stable. It doesn't mean it wasn't there, but it just means that it was unstable. It could also be that somebody was too focused on maybe big dreams and big goals, and it's kind of like their ego with the Strengths energy Leo, ego coming through and really kind of stepping on people's hearts along the way. So it created a lot of heartbreak and sadness for a lot of people, okay? We did just see that maybe there's a person that actually really did have feelings deep down inside, but it's just easier to hurt than be hurt. So it's kind of like stomp on people before they can stomp on you kind of energy. That's, you know, somebody operating out of their ego. Yeah, 7 of Cups, though, is also a card where people want a lot of options. They don't really want to settle down. And so, again, that's because they've got some sort of energy within them that they need to really kind of tame that beast within, restrain themselves from every desire that they have. So I'm almost getting here just somebody who is very ego driven, selfish, maybe even had some sort of addictions, and they really hurt a lot of people along the way. That could be you. It could have been done to you. But all I know is that the Strength card always talks about unconditional love and forgiveness. So it might be very tempting, of course, to maybe want to hate this person forever. But if you're feeling low vibrational and it's not making you feel happy hating this person, it might be that there's a special message to tell you that, it's better to forgive. You don't have to forget, but it's better to forgive and release yourself from this sad energy, so that way you can gain your strength and courage back in order to keep moving forward and living your dream. Maybe the pain of a situation is holding you back from your life, and it's because you're allowing it to hold you back. So it's about finding the strength within in order to move forward towards better times instead of staying stuck in this energy of heartache and sadness. So there could be a couple of different messages. Take it how it resonates with you. Nostalgia. Now, of course, when I see the nostalgia card, I think of the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups already came through, so this is a perfect example of when I would go into the cards that already came through and pull it out. Hold on for just a second. I know I just saw it. Here we go. So Six of Cups. So I'm going to go ahead and put that into this deck here right in the middle, and then we'll shuffle. All right, nostalgia, Six of Cups. Okay, so we have two sixes. Sixes to me is tranquility. It is movement forward, healing, harmony. So nostalgia, this is something that we're hanging on to from the past. Six of Pentacles, though, is about equality and the full activation. So moving forward, being activated to start over again. So nostalgia, I'm getting here that people could have an opportunity. Maybe somebody from the past does come back, returns, and has something solid now to offer. Maybe they could not offer something solid or equal before, and now things have changed. There may be an opportunity perhaps for the two of you to start fresh and start new. Take a chance. I'm also getting that sometimes you just have to go with your gut feeling, and sometimes it's not always guaranteed whether or not somebody is going to hurt you again, or if something's going to be worth it. Sometimes you just have to take a chance with the Fool. Sometimes you just need to learn. Maybe you need to learn the hard way. Maybe you'll be pleasantly surprised. But whatever it is, to me, I'm just seeing here that there's an equal exchange of give and take. Somebody might be giving back, and there might be an opportunity to start fresh with something from the past. Wow. It also could be for some of you that rather than hanging on to somebody from the past, if they aren't giving you anything, if they're not showing up in your third dimensional world, they're not showing up in your reality, offering you something, it might be that it's time to, kind of put this to rest for a period of time, maybe temporary for some of you, maybe permanently, and move forward with your life and start fresh and start new. Cut yourself off from old energy. Take what resonates, okay? We have offer. So whenever I see the offer card, it's not the Ace of Cups to me. This one is going to be the Knight of Cups. The Knight has an actual cup to offer. It's a physical card. It's a physical offering. It's not just thinking about it. So we did just get the Knight of Cups not too long ago. So let's take a look here for it again. Here we go. What does this offer? What does this offer? There we go. Okay, so we have Chariot's energy. This is movement, charging ahead. When I see a Knight and then I see the Chariot, this is charging ahead, offering, making an offer. We have completing a cycle, something coming full circle. I almost feel like this is something that has been stagnant and somebody's coming forward to offer their cup of love. Chariot's energy is Cancer, and then we have Pisces again. So there's like watery energy here, emotions. Completing a cycle, coming full circle. Somebody's coming back around. Somebody's coming back to offer you something to complete a cycle. They're offering you an apology. They're offering you a chance to close the cycle up. They're offering reconciliation. They're offering you something, but it's a chance to complete something, which is awesome because that feels great. That feels like you're not stagnant. That doesn't feel like you're stuck. Something is actually happening. Something is moving ahead. That's awesome. We have fifth dimension. So the fifth dimension to me is an energy, that it's not third dimensional energy. It's not, in your face. It's not something that you can see or something you can touch. So it is kind of like a dreamy type of an energy. So for me, I'm probably going to go with the Nine of Cups on this one. The Nine of Cups is like what we're wishing for, what we're hoping for, just kind of like our ultimate reality in 5D energy. So I'm going to go with that. Okay. So Nine of Cups. And here it is. All right. I have specifically Pisces energy again. I also have Cancers. I mean, it could be any water sign. The only reason I'm saying this because we have water here, but moon is about Cancer too. But Page of Cups is always Pisces to me, and then the moon is Pisces in tarot. But the moon does rule Cancer. So I got a lot of Cancer and Pisces coming up in the reading. A lot of water. But yeah, this right here, we have the moon, which is darkness, illusion, but it's also about 5D energy to me. 5D energy is the moon. It's very much a dream state. It's very intuitive, telepathic, astral plane, just different dimensions. So it makes sense to me. And then we have the Page of Cups. There's messages that people are receiving in the 5D about whoever they are wishing for, their dream come true. Yeah. So if that happens to be a Pisces or a Cancer, like that is a very significant message for you. But even if it's not, that's okay. It just is all feeling. It's all feeling here. Of course, some people could look at that and go, oh my gosh, maybe what I'm feeling in the 5D, maybe it's just an illusion, maybe it's not real. But you are receiving messages of love either way. And it's very healing. It's giving you an opportunity to connect with your person. If you guys don't have an opportunity to connect in the 3D world, you guys are connecting in the dream world. You guys are connecting in the higher dimensions, the astral plane, meditation, just telepathically. You're communicating, and these messages back and forth are very lovely and very healing. So, if there's no harm in that unless it's keeping you stuck, unless it's confusing you. And there are a lot of people that are on a journey right now where they get really caught up in the 5D, and it makes it very difficult for them to try to differentiate between what's fact and what's fiction. And sometimes it's not meant to be figured out, in that moment. When you're trying and pushing to figure something out, you need to have answers. That's when you're probably best to just kind of pull back. Maybe there's overstimulation going on, and just ask for your guides to really give you some clear answers. Maybe in the 3D world, ask for certain objects or certain songs or certain names or certain things that you want to see from spirit to confirm that what you're sensing or what you're feeling or what you're dreaming about is in fact real. Okay, so there's a message for you there. I could just keep going forever. Let's just take it to an hour though. We have Return. Okay, well, somebody's coming back. So to me, this is the one case where I really couldn't come up with a card for Return, except for the Eight of Cups, but in reverse. Whenever the Eight of Cups is in reversed, it means that somebody isn't leaving, or somebody's coming back after they have left. So we're going to take a look at the Eight of Cups energy on this one. Eight of Cups, what do we got here? Am I missing it? Hold on for a second here. Eight of Cups. Sorry, guys. I've been pretty good about locating things immediately, but yeah, oh, here it is, because it's a darker card. It's kind of like blending in. Okay, interesting. Well, when I see the Three of Pentacles, to me, this is an indicator of third dimensional energy, as in reality. Someone is returning in the physical world. Wow. Okay, so the Eight of Cups, of course, could be an indication here that somebody has left, but they have evolved. So they are returning evolved. And we have planning and decisions. And right now, this is still being decided. It's either still being decided by them or it's being decided from the universe right now. So this is a card that at some point, somebody is due to return back into your life more evolved, to where you guys can maybe make plans and decisions for the future when maybe before you could not. Wow. That's cool. We have the answer is yes. So we already did get the answer is no. So I did tell you guys that the sun for me is a positive yes, absolutely yes card. So we're looking for the sun in this one. There it is. Oh my God. Okay, so if some of you guys are waiting for a Virgo to make communication, I'm getting the answer is yes, or maybe you're a Virgo. But this could be for any signs, but Virgo is highlighted by Knight of Pentacles. We also have Leo, of course, with the sun. But yeah, this is like communication, energy moving forward. Maybe somebody you're wanting to know, do they want you? Are they passionate about you? Are they thinking about you? There could definitely be some sexual fantasies going on here, some passionate energy. Do they want to hook up? I'm getting the answer is yes. Are they feeling your energy? Yes. Are they aware of your connection? Yes. But the thing is, it could be that the way that they're going about it seems to be like a freaking snail. So this is totally opposite energy. Like the Knight of Wands, remember, with the card of Patience. Like those two don't go together. Neither do these. So this Knight of Pentacles is kind of taking his own sweet ass time, or her sweet ass time, and things maybe are being illuminated for this little snail along the way. And when things are illuminated enough and they've grown enough, perhaps evolved enough, they may come back, they may make communication, and there's going to be an energy surge in your connection once again. Look at that. We have forgiveness. Okay, so forgiveness to me, oh, what did I pick for forgiveness? I can't remember which one I picked for this. Let me take a look here. Forgiveness. Oh, I think it was the Judgment card. Yeah, the Judgment is thinking of our past and trying to make wrongs right. That's right. Okay, so Judgment, karma review, like we're reviewing our past. We're forgiving ourselves. We're forgiving other people for, past actions, things like that. So let's go ahead and put this back in the deck and see what we get. What's the message for forgiveness? Look at this. So we have a divine feminine coming through, okay? Scarcity mindset, Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is an energy we're wanting to hold on to something. We're wanting to hold on, perhaps, to unforgiveness. The divine feminine, this might be a special message for you. It might be that you want to be the judge, like the judge in somebody's life. You want to make damn sure or ensure that somebody gets their karma. It might be that your anger and your rage and your energy towards them is like enough for you to feel like you're punishing them in a way. But actually what's happening is you're just punishing yourself at this point. So it might be that you're holding yourself connected to a person or a situation that really needs to cycle through, and it would be healthier to just let go of it. Let go of the cycle, let go of the pain. Let karma deal with this person. You don't have to be the person that tries to be in charge. Whenever we try to be in charge of justice or try to be in charge of someone's karma, it never goes well. It usually just holds us hostage. Okay, so it's better to let go. It's better to, try not to hold on to something, and let karma deal with the situation. Let things balance out. Try not to be the judge, and try to get more into a forgiving energy. This is also about forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself, there might be some sort of way that you're thinking about a situation that's causing you more stress, causing you more anguish, because you're tied to it in a negative way. So it's time. You can see here, it's time. It's time to review this and let it go. Let this agony, let this pain, let this unforgiveness go. It's not serving you in a positive way. It's actually taking away from your divine feminine spirit. We have winter. Okay, so whenever I see the winter card, the winter to me is very cold, frozen in time energy. So for me, I'm going to go with the Four of Swords on this one. The Four of Swords is very dormant. The Four of Swords is taking a rest after just a stressful, perhaps, activity in your life. Could even sometimes indicate physical illness for people. So Four of Swords is what we're looking for. What's the energy around Four of Swords? Look at this, you guys. 2 fours. So 4 of Cups and 5 of Swords. So this is like something that's dormant, something that's maybe just frozen in time. We have 5 of Swords. Whenever I see the 5 of Swords, I hate the 5 of Swords. It's really behavior from others or ourselves that just isn't, it's not going to lead anywhere good, okay? So we got to pull out energy like that. We've got to let something go. And we also have missed opportunity, 4 of Cups. Somebody just maybe isn't getting it, or sometimes, again, it might even coincide with that message that we just got, which is we want to make sure or ensure that the person that did us wrong pays. When really, it's always better to just try to look at the situation as, you know what, that person just, they didn't have the tools at that time that they treated me that way. And unfortunately, it's a missed opportunity. It wasn't a match at that time. Maybe next time, maybe later on, maybe in the next life. But to try to continue to hold on to it and try to control the scales of justice, all it's going to do is it's just going to turn around and control your mind and control your life and cause you to stay stuck. So is it worth it? Okay, that's kind of like, you know, if people believe in curses and spells, you know, that you know, casting that kind of energy off on someone, actually it usually backfires on you because now you're tied to it in a negative way. It's not worth it in the end. It just isn't. It's not worth it to try to, you know, to take justice into your own hands. I mean, I'm not saying that there's not certain situations where you know, shouldn't or couldn't, but if somebody did you wrong, you know, by hurting you, breaking your heart, or maybe not choosing you or lying to you, that sort of thing. Yes, those things are very major, but it's nothing for people to, you know, do crazy things over, is what my point is. It's just a missed opportunity. Okay, it wasn't a match at the time. This person maybe isn't ready or wasn't ready at the time. So this is like something that's frozen in time. It needs time to heal and recover in its current state or in its past state. It's just something that has been hibernating in this cave and needing to heal and recover. So broken situations, drama, things that were just horrible, whereas somebody treated you horribly. This karma, again, things come back around. Things have a way of coming back around when we least expect it. But trying to hold on to it and control it, trying to control when that's going to happen, is actually just going to keep you stuck and frozen in time. As in, you're never going to be able to move forward into a future because you're hung up on this old past pain and trauma. This could be about anything, you guys. All right. So let's get another message. I think we have probably time for about 2 more. We have regret, okay? So this could be, of course, connected to the pain here. The pain that somebody caused, the pain that you feel. This to me is very 5 of Cups energy. I believe it already came through, so let me go ahead and grab it. 5 of Cups is very, very sad card. People have a lot of regret, either if they're the ones that dealt the pain or have had it dealt to them. Old wounds, though, usually encompass regret. Let's go ahead and get the energy here surrounding regret. Yeah, Devil and King of Wands. King of Wands can be a Leo specific, and Devil is Capricorn. But yeah, this right here, it's like being obsessed or codependent, or, you know, focused, overly focused, or addicted to old pain. Sometimes we can be addicted to a feeling, and sometimes rather than being without that feeling, we would rather stay attached to the negative aspect of the feeling, because without it, then maybe we feel like we have nothing. Okay. The King of Wands is an energy here of being able to be a king and being able to slay whatever dragon this is, whatever beast this is, whatever old wound this is. We can get rid of it. We can conquer it. And that's what the King of Wands does. The King of Wands is a leader. He's a conqueror. He's in charge. He's in charge of his destiny. The King of Wands has like been around the world and back. Like he's been through it all. And he's very seasoned, and he's wiser. He has a lot of wisdom to share. And, you know, he sees the bigger picture in things. So sometimes when we're so overly focused on just the pain, we miss out on so much. So are you missing out on living your life on account of these old wounds that are still controlling your life? This regret, this sadness, you know, just energies where people may have done certain things. So yeah, we definitely need to break away from anything that we're obsessing about, because sometimes people are very focused. They're very, very focused on the, and I'm not trying to take anything away from counseling at all, but there is a time and a place for the pain and working through it. But at some point we got to move through it. At some point we can't keep hashing it and talking about it and, just overly focused on it and sharing the story, the same story over and over again. That's like super negative. Like, people that have been abused. And I understand, like, if you're an advocate and you're, speaking and you're, trying to help other people. So obviously you're talking about it, or it's like a support group. But, when you're telling your same story of abuse over and over and over again, it's kind of like, that's your narrative. That's your story. That's who you are. And it's not who you are. You're defined now by your experience, by your pain. So that's what I'm kind of getting for this, is that we can break away from whatever this is. It could be that there was a person in our life that was the King of Wands that did deal this blow of pain to us. But again, rather than obsessing about it and staying connected to it in an old, way or low vibrational way where it's just like, it's just so traumatic. It's just so horrible. It's just so terrible. Rather than continuing to focus on all of that, because Five of Cups is a card of focusing on the wrong thing. We need to see that silver lining, and we need to see that we are a survivor and that we can pull out of this energy if we choose it. So I know that was kind of heavy, and I'm not wanting to be insensitive for those that have undergone trauma, but it was just that message that I was getting, is there's a time and a place to deal with it and work through it and purge it, but at some point we've got to move past it. We don't have to forget about it, but we don't have to dwell on it. It doesn't have to be our everyday life. All right, last message, you guys. We have Muse. So this is about creating something, okay? Creating something, somebody who's very dreamy, somebody who's working on something. I look at this here as like an 8 of Pentacles energy, okay? This is somebody who's actually, drawing something. So Muse, this could be our inspiration. This could be something we're trying to create, something that we're working on. Okay, so we have the 4 of Wands, and we also have the Page of Wands coming through here. So 8 of Pentacles. So work in progress. This is about maybe trying to work on something for the future, a future dream, a future goal, building some sort of foundation for ourselves and our lives. I'm getting here that whatever ideas that you guys have, whatever you're excited about or curious about, this is about, doing something. If you're curious about learning a new trade or learning a new, just something, doing something new, taking a class for whatever reason. This is the green light to do it. This will actually aid you and help you with what you're trying to create. It'll help you to build your foundation for the future. It could even be like a dream that seems like it's not based in reality, but what Spirit's saying is that your energy is everything. Your energy is everything at this point. So if you believe and you're fired up about it, that is what feeds the dream, okay? So your energy is where it's at. So keep in this good energy. Stay excited, stay curious, keep growing, keep learning. And it's all towards your foundation in the future. It's beautiful. I know I said it was going to be the last message, but it looks like we have a few minutes left. So let's just go ahead and continue. I want it to go to about an hour. We have stuck, okay? So being stuck in the mud, okay? Stuck. To me, this is an energy of kind of like that 2 of Swords energy, where we're like stalemate energy. We need to decide something. We need to figure something out, but yet we are remaining stuck. Actually, no, we're going to go with the 8 of Swords for this one. That to me is about staying stuck and imprisoned. Okay? Yeah. I changed my mind. 8 of Swords. Okay, here it is. Look. Wow. Where are we stuck? We are stuck perhaps on deception. Maybe we're stuck on trying to try to do something, be sneaky about something. All we're doing at this point is taking away from our own power. We're manifesting in this energy. It's no good. It's keeping us stuck. So Spirit's saying you got to break away from whatever this energy is. If you know somebody's lying to you, deceiving you, they're one-upping you, whatever it is that this energy is, it's no good. You got to remove yourself from these chains. You're imprisoning yourself to a situation that's no good, or this is your behavior. You're driven to this behavior. Well, yes, sometimes we can be driven, but we don't have to engage in this behavior. whether it's out of revenge or whatever. What we are manifesting is this. We don't want to manifest in this anymore because it's keeping us stuck. We want to manifest something new. We want to choose to empower ourselves. This Seven of Swords energy doesn't empower anybody. Not one soul does that benefit. So let's get one last message. We have signs. Signs to me is the stars energy. Stars energy is about, signs from above. And I believe I got that early on, so let's get that. This will be our last message. What are the signs that Spirit wants to leave you with at the very end of this reading? Wow, what a ride, you guys. Woo, we have this. We have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, it's kind of like being back and forth, balancing something, and we have heavy burdens. Look at that. So whatever it is that's not lining up for you, it doesn't mean it's not for you, but it just means instead of trying to balance, if something feels harder, it's just a freaking burden. It's just too much. It's time to drop the juggling act. It's time to, really try, because the Two of Pentacles is somebody who's juggling something back and forth, right? They're trying to do too many things at one time, and it's now become a heavy burden to be in this energy. It's too much of a tightrope. You can barely stand on it. You're going to fall. So Spirit is telling you here that something that just isn't lining up, something that's too difficult, it might just be that it's just not for you right now, or it's not ready. So take that as a sign. You shouldn't have to pound on a door for it to open. Sometimes if a door's that stuck, it just means that maybe it's not meant to be opened right then and there, or maybe for some ever. So we got to learn that sometimes things should they don't have to be that hard. They don't have to be that difficult. So yeah, that's what we're getting here. So anyways, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed that reading. It was just for fun, and I hope that you guys were able to just kind of do your own stuff and work with your decks in a creative way. I just wanted people to have some more fun with these systems, and you can do this, of course, with any card decks that you have, anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, take care. Bye-bye.